All right, everybody be quiet. I'm going to do my Delta interview, all right? Okay. All right, here we go. All right, Delta interview. All right, first question. Well, so a time that I went above and beyond for a customer was a time that well, when I worked at a mall, I worked at Casual Corner, and so we sold a lot of suits, and we had this girl come in that was, she was looking for a suit for an interview, actually, and she needed something really flattering. And, you know, she had, like, the body shape that really, like, a lot of clothes didn't look really good on her. So I did my best to help her. I got her some Spanx. I got her, you know, the right size and made sure she was wearing a suit that fit her nice. And by the end, she felt really good about the whole experience. And when she left, she was happy. And I was glad that, you know, I had helped her out because, you know, some people just don't have fashion as a skill. So I was glad that I was able to use my skills to help her, you know, look really good. And she never had on Spanx, so the fact that, you know, I even, like, opened a whole new world to her. So I felt really satisfied about that. All right. Okay. Next. Okay. All right. So a time that I faced an emergency situation. Actually, this was again at the mall, and I left from a lunch break, and I was headed to the food court, and there was this old lady. She had to have been like 300 years old. I don't know what she was doing out, like, on her own, but she had tripped and fallen right in the middle of the floor. Which was sad, you know, I was still sad for her, so I stopped immediately. I watch a lot of TV, so I knew exactly what to do. I secured the situation. I called for the security. He zipped up on his Segway really quick, which was awesome. He called for the police. He called for the paramedics, and you know, as soon as he got there, I had to leave though because I only had 30 minutes for lunch, and so I had to get to the food court, and the line at Chick-fil-A is always very long. But I was still glad that I was able to be there for her, you know, when she was hurt and she was scared, and I was able to call the paramedics and everything for her, you know, so that I felt like I really did a good job with that. Okay, next question. Oh, a time that I've worked with a difficult situation. I'm trying to do my video. So a time that I worked as a difficult situation. Well, you know, I work with a lot of people that are difficult from time to time, and, you know, I just always try to do my best to stay away from them. If they're being difficult, if they talk about you, if they just have an attitude, I find that it's best to just stay away. So I know you want to know a specific because I've been looking at the star format, so I know Delta wants specifics, right? So let me tell you about a specific. I work with this one girl, and she just has a bad attitude, and she just doesn't like me, and because she doesn't like me, I don't like her. But, you know, we still work together. It doesn't affect the customers or anything. Basically, she stays on her side of the store, and I stay on my side of the store, and we never really, like, talk or, you know, her customers over here, my customers over here. We each take care of our own customers without ever having to come together and talk to each other. And you know what? It really makes for a pleasant experience because there's no stress. There's no difficulty. You know, we've just really figured out a way for us to work together. All right, so I hope you enjoyed my little parody of how not to do a video interview. I thought that this would be kind of a fun thing to do it wrong instead of doing it right. For one thing, hopefully it loosens you up and maybe helps you feel a little more comfortable about doing your own video interview. So really quick, let's go over the things that you should do. You probably picked them out in my video, so you don't want to have a pile of clothes behind you, and you don't want to have a bra behind you in the video. You want a nice, clean area. I'm not going to move right now, but normally my videos are shot on the wall that's over there in my house, which is a blank wall, and it actually just has a picture of an airplane. So there's no weird posters. You don't want to do it in front of Lady Gaga. You don't want to do it in front of any sort of like really weird political, not even weird, any strong political. You just want something that's fairly generic. All right, so that's your first step. You also do not wear just like an exercise top and wrap a scarf around your head and say that you are now interview ready. You know, I really want to see This actually would have been okay if I had even just put a jacket on. Pajama bottoms on the bottom and a jacket over a top, over an exercise top, still would have been great. But we don't want to just, don't just jazz up whatever you happen to have on. Wear an interview outfit. I also want you to have on makeup. I have on lip gloss, but I don't have on any other makeup. That is not good. My hair has been brushed this morning and pulled back, but it has not been styled in any way. I needed to brush it, hairspray all these baby wispies down so that I am ready and for an interview. Also, see how these lights are behind this window? Isn't that kind of bothering your eyes and there's like this weird shadow? Don't sit in front of a window. Don't sit in front of a weird light source. Make sure the light is kind of behind the computer and shining onto your face so you don't get this shadow and you don't get this weird lightness. Okay, also, my examples were all horrible. They could have been okay if I had told them in a different way, if I hadn't had mentioned several times that my first customer needed Spanx, if I hadn't mentioned that the old lady shouldn't have been out on her own. All of these things are offensive, and even though my story is good, and I could have used the story where I helped the lady who tripped and fell in the mall, that's a great story. Or where I helped the lady who was feeling bad about herself find a suit that really made her feel confident, that's a great story. It's all in the delivery. It's the way I tell it. I make myself look like a little brat. I make myself look like I'm, only doing customer service when it benefits me, and that I'm not willing to really help. And then, of course, the last one, the teamwork one. Okay, if you know anything about an airplane, you know that there is no such thing as she works her side and I work my side. You are working together in a metal tube 35,000 feet above the air, and sometimes she's your only ally. So you cannot solve the problem by you stay on your side, I stay on my side, and let's just draw a line. So that really was a horrible example. I should have used an example where I was able to overcome it and we were able to work together, not just stand to be in the same room. So I hope that this is inspiring to you. I hope you got a laugh out of it. I hope it loosens you up before your big video interview. So once again, I'm Abbie Unger, the owner, founder, and all-around encourager of everyone that's a member of Flight Attendant Career Connection. Join the Facebook group. Check out our website, www.flightattendantcareerconnection.com. I do offer one-on-one coaching for anyone who does have a big video interview or a face-to-face coming up for any airline. I would love to talk to you and help you really polish your stories too. So good luck out there. Fly safe, get your wings, and I'll see you next time.